Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin Goodman with GuitarControl.com bringing this video lesson. Today I've got a easy bluesy lick for the beginning lead guitar players out there. It's all based out of E minor pentatonic. We'll be using slides and vibrato bends, pull-offs, double stops, all kinds of good stuff. Alright, so be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at what we got going on here. Alright, so this is being played in E minor, but you could play this in any key. Cool thing about guitar is that, unless it's using open strings, all these are movable shapes and stuff, and this is certainly the case with this one. So, hopefully you already know this pattern, pattern number 1, the box pattern for the minor pentatonic scale. Now, there are 5 positions of the minor pentatonic scale. We're not going to get into all of that. If you look back through the channel and see, I did a previous video about chaining pentatonic patterns together, and it will go over these other shapes that we'll be using in this. So we start off, I'm on the 10th fret of the 2nd string with my 3rd finger, and on the 8th fret of the 2nd string with my 1st finger. And we're going to bend this note and release it and then do a pull off. And then go to the 9th fret of the 3rd string with your middle finger. Like that. Now, I like to kind of rake into that first note just to kind of give it a dynamic. So what I'm doing is I'm just heavily palm muting and just hitting these other strings just open. Like that. So we do the rake into the first note and do the bend and release, pull off to that 3rd string, and then back to the 8th fret of the 2nd string, and then back to the 10th fret, and then we're going to slide to the 12th fret, and then put your 1st finger onto the 10th fret of the 1st string, and we're going to hit the 2nd and 1st string together. So we've got that nice little minor 3rd double stop there. And then from there, we're going to go back to that 10th fret of the 1st string where your 1st finger is, to the 12th, and then slide to 15. And then when you slide up, put your 1st finger down onto the 12th fret of the 1st string, so that way we can do a pull off back to that note. Whoops. And then from there we just descend the scale. So we go to we're going from the 12th fret of the 1st string to the 15th fret of the 2nd string, to the 12th fret of the 2nd string, to the 14th fret of the 3rd string, to the 12th fret of the 3rd string, to the 14th fret of the 4th string, and then back to the 12th fret of the 3rd string, and then a hammer on with your 2nd finger to the 13th fret of the 3rd string. So by doing that, what we've done here is that we've actually introduced the major 3rd. The minor pentatonic scale has a minor 3rd in it, but by adding that major 3rd into it, it just kind of gives it a just kind of a cool, a little, cool flavor to it. It's a technique that you hear in blues, and you hear it in country music and stuff too. So, and then when we end on that note, we're just going to throw a little vibrato on there. Now there's all kinds of variations that you can do on a lick like this that really easy. you can add other notes from the scale, or you can just change up the way that it's done. I encourage you to really take this as just an idea and make it your own. That's how all the great blues players, what they did is they heard somebody else do something they thought was cool, and then they made it their own, and then the next guy comes along and he likes that and learns it and then makes it his own, and so it just so on and so forth. So just a couple of ideas of things that we could vary on this. We could do that. We could do the bend release pull off to the 9th on the the 3rd string, back up to 8 on the 2nd string, 10 on the 2nd string, and then bend that note. So right here, what I do like doing right there is taking that 3rd note on the 3rd string here, or excuse me, the 2nd note from the pentatonic scale. So 2 notes per string, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and moving it from the 14th fret to the 15th fret, because that gives us a flat 5, which is what they call the blue note. And then back to that E to resolve. So there's almost an infinite amount of possibilities of cool things that you can do within that. So practice it up. Like I said, try to make it your own and have fun with it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of it. If you like the lesson, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if there's something you'd like to see either myself or one of the other instructors at guitarcontrol.com do in a future lesson. And like I said, try to make it your own. Mix it up. If you know that the scale, any of those notes in the scale are gonna sound good. Now some are gonna sound better than others, but it's a matter of what you think sounds good. If you play a note and you're like, wow, I really like the way that sounds, play it again. That's the best way to do it. If it sounds good, play it. All right, so that's all I got for you today. So until next time.